good here. They're working on the lights. Turn that volume up here. Green. Say, hey, good evening, everybody.
All right, you ready?
Yes, please. You all set?
All right, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here in Zellwood, Florida. Florida, Charles.
Can you believe it? We get out of the Midwest, get away from the cold, and get to come down here, have a beautiful sunset that's just overhead right now here as we get ready for test laps.
Yeah, we got a couple test passes going to go on here tonight. We've got Brent Payne up first here with the Gauntlet 2 tractor, as he will have our first run here tonight. And then we got some limited pros. We got some diesel trucks we're going to run here tonight.
Yeah, guys trying out some brand new stuff, and this is one that you're not going to see in competitions. Your one chance, if you're down here or you're watching at home, had some little bit of struggles coming out of Farm Show with Gauntlet number 2. They wanted to get a lap on it here.
So Brent Payne going to be behind the wheel, the Gauntlet 2 tractor here, as that will be our first test pass of the evening. And we've got some interesting stuff coming up here tonight. This will be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, looking forward to the debut of some brand new iron. You're going to see one of those brand new builds tonight. And there's more to come as we head into competition here tomorrow from Zellwood.
Absolutely. And once again, we're going to get rolling tomorrow night, 6:30, and then 6:30 on Saturday night as well, as we kick off the Grand National Circuit, NTPA Grand National Pulling right here in the state of Florida, Charles.
Been a long time before we could get back here and do this, and we got 2 tracks ready for you. You will see the light modifieds, the Mini-Rons, the super stock diesel trucks, and the all-new 4.1 limited pro stock.
And boy, they have come out in force here this weekend. It's going to be an awesome show with the limited pros, over 25 tractors. Going to be interesting to see how many actually make it on the grounds here, but I'd say we're going to be right about that 25 mark when it's all said and done.
I got to think so, just in walking around a little bit here this afternoon so far to see who's here. And yeah, it's going to be a big full field of people who want to be that first entry into the record books of Grand National 4.1.
So we got the alcohol-powered Gauntlet number 2, Brent Payne, out of the Hamilton, Ohio area, as he makes his way here onto the track. And as you said, some problems at the farm show with this tractor. Come down here to make a couple test passes, not too far from the North Carolina home base for this tractor. So it'll be interesting to see what Brent's got for us here tonight. Of course, we'll see his son later on here this weekend with their tractor, and that ought to be pretty cool. Johnny Payne's here with that 2-engine mod.
Yeah, Johnny's been here already, too. We've seen both of them at dinner tonight, and calmly thinking about what they're going to have to get down to business with. Mark Bingham on the mark. Sled is going to be our stopping force here. They're going to reset Brent there in front of the sled, not in straight and square like he wants to be. It's still doing it. I hear it.
All right, so just about ready to go here. Our first test pass of the night, 2026, the Southern Swing, ready to get rolling here tonight, Zellwood, Florida, as we've got the slack out of the chain, ready to go. Gauntlet number 2, Brent Payne. See Randy Fishbaum down at the end of the track. He's got the green flag out, and we will send him on his way here tonight.
Brent adjusting himself in the roll cage. Johnny stops to turn around and look and see what's going on. Still not seeing green lights yet.
All right, so we'll roll the slack out of the chain. Here we go. Green lights on the sled. Track is clear. Test pass number 1. Here we go.
wasn't cleaning out and going upstairs quite right, and Brent pulls back on the loud handle and says, nah, we still got some work to do.
Yeah, a little bit of work. They'll take it back to the pits here. We may see this tractor coming on back a little bit later on. We'll have to wait and see, but I believe we got a total of 7 to 8 vehicles we're going to run that will run here in competition here this weekend, as we got the limited pros back there. And a lot of those competitors back there really anxious to get at this track here. Check out what it's all about.
Yeah, coming down here to Central Florida, the dirt here is a little bit different than anything we're going to run into in most places in the Midwest. And it is a unique challenge. They put a lot of water into it, so it is sticking together. You can walk out there and it's not a dust bowl. They've got something here, but it is going to be a different challenge.
Yeah, Mother Nature kind of helped us out a little bit. We had a couple hours, a little bit of a rainstorm come through here, and you can never beat that natural Mother Nature when she helps out with track preparation. So we'll see how this will work out here tonight. But Brent Payne run there, and they'll take them back to the pits, and we'll see them a little bit later on, hopefully, and see if anything will come from that run, as we'll bring in the limited pros here for our next test passes coming up next.
Yeah, we're kind of wondering. The scales are actually set up behind us down here on the big end in the corner, and for our next test pass, we'll figure involved the Instigator Deer 4.1 is on the plate right now, adjusting things. As they get Brent hooked up.
Hold on, Barry.
All right, Brent Payne, tell us about your test pass here.
Well, we got a long way to go yet, but we got some data anyway. So we'll see what happens. We got a few days to try it out and see what we learn. Thanks,
Brent. It's turned on, guys.
They've come out. We've got the track ready to go. And the weather is looking phenomenal here for the next 2 days.
It does. It's exactly what we wanted to see. And several of the competitors were down here last week for NHRA up the road in Gainesville, showing off our product and what we have to showcase out on a pulling track, and it garnered a lot of interest. I heard that from multiple people who had display tractors up there, that they were there. They were busy all day answering questions about what am I looking at here, and now the opportunity to actually see it on the track has come.
Yeah, so hopefully a lot of those fans come out here, and we're looking for, big crowds on Friday and Saturday night here this weekend. And, of course, and then next weekend, be up north there in Satsuma, just about an hour north here. And, the Satsuma track, they've been working up there. Now, they've got a little bit more clay in that track up north than we do down here in Zellwood. But this track here in Zellwood, I've seen it over the years. You put the water to it, it will come together. There's no doubt.
Yeah, you don't usually see dust clouds on it. It looks like it would give you dust clouds. It doesn't. It will hold together. I mean, even where we're standing here on the grass fringe, we could twist our feet underneath it. You can feel the dirt it comes right back together under your foot. There's some tractive effort that's needed there. It's not like being on a beach at all.
Yeah, so definitely some compaction to it. And like you say, got to get the water in there. That's the big thing here with this track here in Zellwood. Of course, over the last few years, the Florida Pullers have had their big event every January down here. And like I say, put on a great show. The track has always been really good. And, talking to the track builder, Doug Borth and Mark Kelsey, say just got to get that water in there.
Some of the test hooks that we're going to see tonight, again, brand new machinery in the case of some, so they just want to get a lap on it to understand what it's going to do, make sure everything's still going to be tight and ready to go before they get into a competition situation tomorrow. But for others, yeah, this is kind of more shakedown. But what we're doing to them is we are not putting them on their competition path. We're in the middle. You're going to learn something, but not everything.
Okay. All right, so making our way down trackside here in Charles. They told us head down toward the middle of the track here. It seems to be a little bit better, but we're ready to go here with our first of our limited pros. We'll make some adjustments here with our weight transfer machine as we get ready to go. Of course, we've got Mark Bingham down there. We're going to be one of our sled operators here this weekend. We've got Josh Morgan as well. And they're going to have the ultimate job down here. You imagine that. You come down here to a new track, new facility, and then what do you kind of go? Your old notes? How do you work that?
Yeah, the challenge is not just for the pullers themselves. The sled guys, too, have to do a little bit of thinking. I believe both of these sleds, though, have spent time down here. Maybe not necessarily at Zellwood, but they've at least been to Florida and kind of have a little bit of the lay of the land down here. Boy, somebody's firing up something back in the pit area. We just saw a big glow of fire back there.
Oh, so I think it was one of those Duramaxes that's back there.
Yeah,
you can hear the growl back there as they get it fired up.
Craig Dickey was on the list, so. All right. We're being told that the Figgenbaum is one of those with the Instigators, the new, I guess, new and improved Instigator.
Everything's new.
Everything's new. New chassis, new motor?
No. Just new motor, new rear end.
New rear end.
Trying it out.
Gotcha. Thanks for coming to Florida.
Yep, you're welcome.
Grand National time, baby.
Yep, we're going to give her hell. See what happens.
Yep.
Hope it works.
If it works.
I was going to say, talking to the team earlier today, they've still got their other tractor, and they've kind of given it a facelift. It is still for sale, so if you're looking to get into limited pro action, they still have it for sale, but they're giving it a facelift. It's going to look a little bit different. They've got the tilt hood on it now, and some of the unique aspects to get it for sale. So if you're looking for a limited pro, they've still got it. Get a hold of the Figgenbaum team.
And a lot of these limited pros bits and pieces of them anyway, are for sale because of the pending rule change for next year where components come in. Doesn't mean everybody's going to go that route, but it's an option that's there. There are a few teams that have those chassis in the works, and they're willing to let the ag roller go. Doesn't mean they won't be competitive. They will be. We see that even in Big Pro to this day. There are ag chassis in the Big Pro that still run out there and are competitive and win. So options available. Bill Figgenbaum, he's been around this a long time. Always in single charger. I believe he, if I remember correctly, he got to start way back in Super Farm, ran that for a long time, and then 4.1 became a thing. He jumped up.
Yeah, absolutely. As many of the limited pro competitors have over the years, have started out in Super Farm and moved on into that natural progression into limited pro. So he's got it fired up here, and we'll get him out on the track. So our first of our limited pros here tonight making their test passes. Once again, in the pit area, limited pros, we need you to the scales and around here to the track. If you want to make your test passes here tonight,
Kevin Lindstrom and Todd Feist, they're up here locked in conversation. Kevin, what are you hoping you want to see out of this that maybe you can translate for tomorrow for yourself?
Well, I'd like to see.
That's fair. With it being kind of a new setup for him on the tractor, it really is that there's the potential that maybe you don't learn anything because he's still got to get it to light. Certainly is. Todd Feist, you're watching as well. Anything that you're going to be watching? Same thing as him?
Yeah, I was just watching like Brent to see if it carried the front and, what kind of speed he got, and it looked like it worked pretty well.
There you go. We'll try to catch some more guys who are down here watching things as it goes on. And if Bill gets this thing to light up and go, we'll try to get a word with him as well. I think that track's better than we thought because he was going to keep right on going back to Georgia.
So, Charles, now we're going to go back here. Kevin Lidstrom, after watching that run, what do we think of that track here tonight? Lift the front end up, carried it pretty much the whole length of the track, got the power to the ground.
Kind of makes me want to get mine out of the trailer and try it.
Are you gonna?
No. It just got here about 15 minutes ago.
Okay, we'll leave it in the trailer till tomorrow. But Kevin Lidstrom watching 4-1 competitors down here, watching intensely this track here tonight as Bill Figgenbaum made an awesome run right there with that tractor. Well, Charles, there's been a lot of questions on the track. There you go. We just saw it right.
Yeah, Bill's parked out here in the corner. Maybe we'll try to grab a word with him. I'd be curious to see what Mark Bingham thinks, too, up in that sled. Okay.
Well, we got our track builder down here, Doug Borth. And, Doug, you've been involved with the building of this track here for the last couple of weeks. What do we think here, that first pass?
I think things are looking in the right direction. I'm happy with that pass.
Now, tell the fans at home that, don't know, how many gallons of water you guys got in this track going in tonight?
This morning, I don't know what they put on today, but as of last evening, we had 30,000 gallons of water in this.
So 30,000 gallons of. Now, the track next week up in Saktuma, it's got a little bit more clay. Do you put the same? So how do you work that?
That's going to be Mark Kelsey's call. I believe he's going to put less water in that.
So Mark will have less water in it next week. Well, we've got a few more test passes. We'll see how things go, but right now things are looking pretty good.
I agree. Thanks for coming.
That's going to be the return lane all weekend, so that's going to something we'll have to battle. So just so you know, you guys, the stands aren't in the air; they're ground level. Nobody put them up. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right, so we're going to work our way back towards Bill Figgenbaum here and see what he thought of that test pass here tonight. Once again, Zellwood, Florida. Test passes here on a Thursday night as we get ready for tomorrow night, session number 1 at 6:30. We'll get rolling, of course, limited pro stock tractors. We'll have the light modifieds as well as the minis. And we will bring it home with the super stock diesel trucks.
Mark Bingham down here on the mark sled. First true rip with the 4.1 through there. You kind of told me what the footage was on it. Well, what did you learn from that pass?
Pretty good track. A lot, grabbed the hold up and took off a little better than what I anticipated, but we'll catch up with them tomorrow night for sure.
I don't doubt it at all. Just have to make some changes, I'm sure. You got a couple more 4.1s that are going to come up tonight. You can let them have the same sled setting or change it?
I'm going to leave it alone. We'll let them go where they're going to go tonight, but don't want it to be exactly the same as tomorrow.
There you go. That's it from down here. Dan's with Bill, I think, for words from him.
I got some fans. I got some puppies. Show the puppies. Dogs like this. Yeah, Frank. Isn't this kind of dog show? You have these dogs? Right your car. Do they like Florida so far? Oh yeah. Full pull puppies. This is a tractor pulling dog. She's in the making.
Yeah, they love tractor pulling.
I really do. It's weird.
Don't you have dogs like that?
I got Papa Wayne down by me, Charles. Charles? Okay. Yep. I got Papa Wayne right here, sitting in his golf cart. If somebody wants to come interview.
All right, so we're going to step in here and talk with Bill Figgenbaum. Bill, you were the official guinea pig for all the 4-1 sitting back there, everybody watching your run. Tell us about your first pass down here in Zellwood.
I was a little nervous and everything, but it worked good. And it's a little bit better track than what I thought, and it'll be okay.
So you had Kevin Lindstrom sitting down there, and he was saying he might actually pull the tractor out of the trailer and run, but he was just kind of joking. But, yeah, he was looking at it.
He's a bullshitter.
So, Bill, you going to make another run, or is that pretty much it for the night?
Yep, we're done. I just wanted to make sure everything worked, being it's all new, and it worked fine, and everything looks good, and we're waiting for tomorrow.
Yeah, we kind of talked about all the changes you made on this tractor for 2026. Went on a diet, didn't it?
Yeah, the driver couldn't do it, so we put the tractor on a diet.
That's usually how it works, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow, Bill.
Yep, we'll look and see. Tomorrow will be a new day.
All right, so Bill Figgenbaum, our first official runner here at the Zellwood track with the Agitator 4-1 tractor. And, of course, we got a couple more coming out here as they make their way up to the start line.
Instigator.
Can you read? You got to read. Come on. There's only one of them ever. There's only one of them ever around. Okay? Ever. Well, so far. Right now, maybe another one. Is somebody else going to run? I wanted to watch them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we can get out of the way. I didn't know if they were here.
That Bulls binder's coming up.
So they're not out here yet?
Yep, he was pulling around right now.
Okay, he'll pull this out of the way down there. So that
Cool. I have a camera there, so that's it.
All right.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, fans. So Bill Figgenbaum with the Instigator make his way back to the pits here and said, yeah, that'll be it for tonight. Just wanted to see how things, that first shakedown run of 2026 for him.
Our defending light modified champion, Mr. Wayne Sullivan. Welcome to Florida, and you're out here studying like everybody else.
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought the tractors could get a hold of it. The white tires like this stuff, and from what I've seen here so far, people who comes out is going to see a real show.
You got any thoughts or plans as far as tomorrow goes that you think you need to do maybe differently to tackle this dirt here versus what you would back in the Midwest or maybe even next week?
Yeah, but we done it. We done some things before we come down here, and after seeing what I see, I'm glad we done it to my tractor.
Now you see how he answered that very carefully. Yeah, they're doing something different, but he's not going to tell me what it is. Good luck tomorrow, Wayne.
Thank you.
Yes, the little secrets right there. Kind of hinted they changed some stuff, but not exactly what they did.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody else would be any different. I mean, he didn't get to where he is in this sport as a KG veteran by giving away all the secrets. Maybe someday he'll sit down and write a book, but I doubt it. And, we'd have to be part of Team Sullivan to know what those changes are.
Absolutely. And, of course, we just saw there our Limited Pro tractor make a run out there on the track. And, all the doubters out there that says, you can't pull on that. Right there. We just saw it. You can put that power to the ground.
Sure can, and there's a way for you to watch it. You can tune into Full Pull Live tomorrow. Get in early. Get in there before 6:30. That's our planned kickoff time, but we want you in there and have your popcorn ready to go, your drink sitting by the chair, and sit down and enjoy a nice Friday evening with us. Or if you are here in Central Florida, you can come here and see the return of Grand National to Florida.
Charles, have that popcorn ready about 6 o'clock because we're going to do a countdown show. We're going to kind of do a season preview kind of deal.
Yes, we do.
And let everybody know what is going on. And, of course,
yeah, we do have some guests on that show tomorrow that you're going to want to hear some things from. People do ask, so we heard your concerns, so we're going to have that for you.
Yeah, so season preview tomorrow. We'll go talk and see some of the competitors that are running here, of course, at the Southern Swing. And, of course, our returning champions are here this weekend. And we're going to step over the wall here, and we're going to talk here with Jeremy Smith, one of the new competitors out here. And, Jeremy, you come from my neck of the woods up there in northern New York area. You're down in Binghamton. I was outside of Buffalo, but a former dirt racer. You're still a dirt racer, aren't you?
My boys are. I haven't raced in 2 years, but yeah.
So you're officially retired as a dirt racer?
Yeah, it got to be a little tough. I'd raced with the boys for a little while. But, everybody, it's like tech and driving. I was trying to watch them and try to. I wasn't doing as good as I needed to do.
So now tell us about buying a modified tractor. What was behind that? Did one day you just decided, hey, I'd like to run a modified tractor, or you've been involved in the sport previous?
Like I said yesterday in my interview, my dad used to pull four-wheel drive trucks up in New York in the late 70s and early 80s, and as a little kid, I just always loved it. And when I was younger, I just couldn't afford it, so I kind of got into entry-level racing, and then it took off from there, and now I'm on the outside of that, and really don't need anything else to do. Both my boys race, and my daughter barrel races horses in Texas, but give me and my wife something else to do, I guess, once in a while.
Pretty excited to get that modified out here tomorrow?
Yeah, I talked to a few guys. I haven't got a chance to talk to RJ yet. I'm sure he'll point me straight. But, yeah, just trying to figure out, when the front end goes in the air, what you do. You don't have a steering wheel, So I'm used to a steering wheel in the race car, so a little nervous about that. But we'll see. I'll do the best I can.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing that. And being from Binghamton, I hated to see 5 Mile Point go away.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a big 5 Mile Point fan. I run a track called Thunder Mountain that was about a half hour from there. But 5 Mile Point was in its heyday was a lot before I started racing. Raced with some of the guys that used to be there back in the day that came up to Thunder Mountain. But that was a big deal back in the day. It was 5 Mile Point Speedway.
I got the opportunity to go there a couple times, watch some of the big block races down there, and closest I ever raced to 5 Mile was Afton Speedway. And I'll never the Spooktacular I raced down there a couple of years, and boy, that was an interesting racetrack.
Yeah, actually, my dad and a guy by the name of Pat Jordan put that first race on back in the day. They were renting the track, and funny is Afton Speedway, I raced there quite a bit. I had quite a few championships there, and I think I'm like second all time on the win list there behind Mitch Gibbs. I know Afton real well.
Yeah, not too bad behind the 2G, right?
No, Mitch is great. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. Really liked and thought a lot of him. He helped me out in my racing career and stuff. But a little old history we got going on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good luck to you, Jeremy, tomorrow with the new venture, and we'll see how that goes for you.
All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you. Good talking with you. Yes, sir. You too. Yeah, no, I raced Dirt Pro Stocks for a bunch of years, and I'm actually outside of that.
I got Charles and Ron Stone, our other announcer. This would be a good interview.
Well, you got two voices you've already heard from tonight that you're going to hear this weekend, myself and Dan Mayer. There's a third who has finally made his way down here, Mr. Ron Stone. How are you tonight?
Doing great. I'm surprised. I'm in Florida, come out of Kansas. I'm the only one in shorts and a T-shirt here for some reason.
Well, there is two of us.
You and I both the announcers here. And what's Dan wearing? Dan's in a T-shirt and shorts as well. I see a lot of hoodies and jeans out here.
There is a lot of that. Well, you're where it gets cold and snowy. Dan's a native New Yorker. I'm from Michigan. This is nice down here to us.
It's a little cool, but you know what? It's acceptable right now. I'm comfortable.
Yeah, I'll take it. I will definitely take it. You ready for the return of Grand National here to Florida?
Man, I am ready. When I think about Florida and pulling, the NTPA, you go back to the early 80s, you see those massive crowds down here. Awesome thing they're doing here, bringing championship pulling back to Florida.
Well, we're hoping we're going to fill that place and fill this place and pack it out. Grandstand's on the other side of the track from here. On this side, we've got natural hillside along with a place to grab something to eat at the top of the hill. So it's just a very, very nice place to come and hang out.
Shoot, yeah, grab a blanket, grab the kids, and come on in here and have a good time. It's going to be a great time.
Tickets available. You cannot miss it. Right at the gate out front there, we've got one of the haulers there, a beautiful mural on the side. It's been stopping traffic already down here. People asking, what is going to go on in here this weekend? And we've been telling them.
Hey, we're gonna wake up the neighbors here. Hopefully they're all going to be here anyway, enjoying the pull. But, yeah, championship pulling back in Florida. I can't say it enough because, you know, I'm a pulling fan. You're a pulling fan. Of course, Dan is a pulling fan. You go back to the 80s, and you just think about the Pulling Power magazine, and Dan knows what I'm talking about, those pictures of seeing those massive crowds watching pulls. And then, you know, pulling kind of dropped off a little bit there in the 90s, and it hasn't really come back to Florida like it should have, and now it is. So I'm excited for that.
And I'm happy, too, you know, to go along with that some of those old photos, some of those Puller magazines probably have pictures of him. And he's here with us, too, to have the Sullivans back. And they're going to run the Kentuckian here in the Florida sunshine.
You know, I got an interesting story about Wayne because the last Grand National pull down here in Florida was in Tampa, and Wayne pulled down there. So, and Les Corporal was there as well. He was there as a crewman, more or less. But, Ron, I got to ask you the question, what took you so long to get here?
It's a long drive from Kansas City to here, and it was a monsoon, I tell you, on the way down. It didn't stop raining till Dothan, Alabama. So, yeah, some white knuckle. You talk about a white knuckle fly.
Right.
There was some white knuckle driving there for a while, high winds and just constant rain all the way down here. But, hey, we made it. We're good.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome weekend. Can't wait to work with you guys here this weekend. We got 2 awesome here this weekend. And then, of course, we got 2 more next weekend. But, yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm looking forward to it. Been excited for a while ever since Chase brought this up and said, hey, won't you come down to Zellwood? And I said yes before he even finished. So I'm happy to be here. Glad to work with you guys. I'm gonna have fun.
Oh, absolutely. Ron Stone, the voice of the Outlaws, joining us here this weekend.
And we've got one of our 4.1s on its way to the scale behind us. So we're going to have action on the track here in just a couple of minutes again.
Got me?
Yeah, I sure do. Right in my shot.
Holy shit. 10-2. Pro stock. He's a pro stock.
Yeah, he's a pro stock. Look direct. Let's take, how carry the front end? Let's take all these midweights off. That track is great front end. Just do that down there. Just look okay. Jump on there and put some say. Okay. There's 9,500 right there, so. Let's just get it up there.
Andy's got the mini rock sled.
All right, so we see the Mr. Hayman tractor making its way around the corner here, so we'll get him down to the start line as we'll make our way to our official flagman here tonight. Randy Fishbaugh. Randy, coming down from the state of Ohio. You brought the mini sled here this weekend, so you're going to be stopping the minis here this week.
Yep, we're going to give her a shot. We've owned that thing, I guess just a little over a year. My wife, the pizza shop chick, and I bought that from Vaughn and Lori, and it's been a lot of fun. We really enjoy having it, and we have 18 events in Ohio, and just very privileged to be able to come down here to get to pull the Grand National Minis. So it'll be fun.
Now had quite the journey making it down here. What should have been a more or less a quicker trip, but unfortunately the truck said no, huh?
Yeah, we were a little spoiled there. We got a couple extra trucks, and that thing sits around all winter, and got it out for its first voyage of the year. And Radiator Hose decided to leave in Beckley, West Virginia, and we got her hitched up and made it all the way to Columbia, South Carolina, and it decided to leave again. So. Yeah, we made a 14-hour trip into 30, and it's been a lot of fun.
All right, Randy. Well, good luck here this weekend. Of course, going to be operating the sled. You're the unofficial flagman here tonight for the Test Bulls. I'm going to make my way over here to Scott Frieders here from Sandwich, Illinois, one of the promoters over there. And, Scott, what do we got going in Sandwich, Illinois? We're a little ways away from that, but it'll be September before you know it.
Yeah, the summer comes quick, and end of the summer comes quick. So, we're looking forward to a good show down there again, as always, and changed up the classes a little bit. So I think the spectators will like it, and hopefully we'll have another good show, weather permitting, down there.
So you're kind of teasing us. What are the changes we got in Sandwich this year?
We decided to go with the 4-1 Limited Pro. And we also are adding the light modified. So, we'll be running the heavy mods, the light mod, the pro stocks, and the 4-1 Limited Pro down there this year.
So sounds like another great show, and the Thursday night truck show will stay the same?
Yes. Yep. Everything will stay the same there. Super stock diesel, Grand National trucks, Pro National 4-wheel drives, Pro National 2-wheel drives, and then the Pro stock 3.6 diesel pickups.
And the big question from our trailer is, who's the concert?
Honestly, I don't know yet. I don't know. And I'm not sworn to secrecy. Nobody said. So I guess when I find out, I'll be just as surprised as everybody else.
So you'll find out what everybody else finds out then.
Absolutely.
So we got an all-star cast working at this event here in Zellwood this weekend. Scott, what are you doing here this weekend?
Doug had called me and wanted to know if I wanted to come down and work on the track maintenance crew. And I talked to my wife, and I said, well, opportunities like this don't come very often, and thought I'd come down here and experience some different dirt. So I'm on the scraper box this weekend.
So all the folks that watch the event in Sandwich, we see you down there zipping around the track and making that event up there go really smooth.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Everything works out good up there, and looks like we got a heck of a crew down here for this weekend, and for next weekend I'll be back down again for Satsuma. So we're looking forward to it and glad to have the opportunity to come down here.
Well, Scott, thanks for coming down, helping out with this event, and we look forward, of course, to that just after Labor Day weekend down in Sandwich, Illinois.
Yep. First Thursday after Labor Day every year. So, all right. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Scott. So we're going to send things over to Charles here as we get ready for our next Limited Pro to get rolling.
Yeah, Dan Hayman down there with the 5 millionth edition paint scheme on the 66 Series International. Needs a little bit of ether to get it started. As cool as it is here tonight, I stuck my head in real quick and said, hey, are you testing a track or are you testing a tractor? He said, the tractor, everything is new.
Oh, okay. So we're stepping up from Super Farm. Now, we had the only, if I remember right, the only Super Farm in Maryland. And now will be the only Limited Pro. There might be a few. There might be a couple more, but yeah.
Well, he's got smoke in the pipe. Invitation is there to come out on track and see what he's got. Again, no change on the sled, so it'll probably be on him if it goes well to shut things down up here on the big end. As Mark says, nope, I want him to learn, but I'm not going to show him too much.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of eyes watching here from all corners here in Zellwood as these competitors make these test passes here. And we talked about it, a lot of unknowns. You come down to a track that a lot of people haven't pulled on before, and so you're just kind of going guessing with your setup here. But watching these couple tractors run, definitely going to help down the road.
Sure, yeah. But if you're at all in tune with this sport, you can learn from any pass about what's going on out here if you're paying attention and tuned in for it. And well, we've already had some pretty intelligent eyes down here watching early.
Of course, the day of cell phones, everybody's got the cameras and taking pictures and seeing where everybody's got their weights. And of course, this will be interesting to see here as we take a look at our second Limited Pro make their way out on the track.
Again, going right in the middle. This will not be where they will compete tomorrow. We'll have two sleds out here, and they will be one side or the other, I believe. Actually, tomorrow night, I think Limited Pros are on the east side where we're standing, the hill side, not the grandstand side. Green all around for Dan Hayman.
Well, Charles, once again, we lifted that front end. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, I think he didn't initially have the confidence that the tires were there, so he did a Tim Engler and burped it.
Yeah, the old double pump down there.
Pumper,
you were thinking what I was thinking.
Yeah, but down here as it came on, though, it fell off boost, and I don't think that necessarily should have. Blow by tube, she's breathing a little heavy, but I don't think it's, well, I don't know. There was a couple puffs in there. I don't know. Cataloger might tell a story.
Yeah, hopefully we didn't hurt nothing out there. Of course, got a couple of weekends here of some serious pulling.
Yeah, we still got material in the cleats, so definitely this dirt will hold. It'll stay together. Take the horsepower if you've got it. Unfortunately, Bull's winder right there ran out of steam, but that doesn't mean that it can't make any.
Well, 3 test passes. I'm a believer. We're good to go.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
We're going to have a good time and have a lot of good action. And if you're here on the property, you've never been to a tractor pull before, I'm here to assure you this is just a test session. In competition tomorrow, we're going to go a lot faster. We'll be ready to rip and force an iron through here, but being it's open test, we do give guys a little bit of grace to take some time. I know some of the trucks were getting warmed up back there. We're still looking for one more 4.1.
Yeah, you're going to want to make sure you stick with us because we got some good running super stock diesel trucks that going to make their first ever passes out here tonight. That'll be exciting.
Yeah, the one in particular, they kept that under wraps a little bit. Jaden told me I knew it was coming, but I still haven't seen it, though. I haven't walked back to the pit area, so it's going to be a debut here tonight.
And she's going to drive it.
She is going to drive it.
She is going to drive it.
A little bit of adjustment for her, she told me. All the controls are different. You know, the truck she's been in, center seat, this is a left-hander. Different dash height, different seat height. And she had not been in it before today, you know, getting it ready and getting it loaded to come down here. So really is that new and that fresh to come out here on the track.
And talking to Craig Dickey, that's the 1 week wonder.
The 1 week wonder.
Yeah, 1 week wonder. They got the chassis in the weight box 1 week ago.
Okay.
And here we are a week later, and we're down here in Florida ready and running. So this ought to be interesting.
Does that make this then perhaps CK4?
Yeah, that would be technically.
CK4. Maybe 3.5?
Yeah, let's go 3.5. Let's go 3.5. Be conservative, Charles. Be conservative out there. Doug Hayman just went by, gave us the thumbs up. So looks like things are good to go there. I think accomplished what he needed to do out there.
We got one of our trucks back here that didn't go to the scales, but it's here. The new, you will see 2, something that proves for this weekend. Jaden Litman going to get in the seat. Hard to believe, you know, as young as she is, we can already say fourth year.
Yes.
Driving.
Absolutely. Yes. Jaden getting them laps under her belt. Now, Charles, interesting, you know, talking to Craig Dickey when we had the dinner at 6 o'clock, and he had kind of talked about how these new trucks here that they built with that big 6-inch charger on them. Is this a evolution we're seeing happening here with the trucks out there? We're going to see more here throughout the summer or the coming years?
We might. They might be stealing a page from the semi guys who, for most of them, probably 95% of that class now is running the big 6-inch plus charger, not multi. So there may be something to it.
Yeah, Craig kind of set the world on its ear last year down in Diesel's Dark Corners when he came out with that big 6-inch charger on the Cummins Killer 2. And whoa, what a pass that was.
And then speaking of Diesel's and Dark Corners, look how many years that the Ingrams have gone down there with this single charger and done very well, winning multiple times at that event. So, yeah, I think there is something to it. We may see a change in the super stock truck class for going to the big single.
So that'll be interesting, something to keep an eye on here for 2026. And, of course, a lot of great stories. We got Shane Kellogg. He hasn't made it on the grounds yet, but he is on his way. And, you know, defending that Grand National Championship from 1 year ago. And, of course, he's got that big target on his back coming here this weekend.
He does. And he knows it, and he'll be ready to assume that. And, you know, we mentioned Litmans have a brand new truck. It's been out once so far, but Kong is now brand new bumper to bumper at Cloverdale back in January. They made 3 test passes with it before Farm Show and did get to run it at Farm Show, but outdoors it hasn't seen a track, and it will tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And, of course, both of them trucks coming up from the state of Texas there, as the Lee family will have their 2 trucks here in competition. But, yeah, I look for a great season here for the Superstock trucks this year.
It's going to be competitive. We stand to go to some events and probably see some of the biggest fields we ever have. Bowling Green, I think we had 36, if I remember right, which at the time was the biggest.
All-time record, right?
All-time record, and there is no reason to believe that number couldn't go above 45 this year as we march through the summer.
Yeah, I definitely think we'll see that, over 30 market. Quite a few pulls here this summer as the Superstock trucks becoming, more and more popular. One of the newest classes we've seen here on the Grand National Circuit.
We're seeing guys come out with them from all over, too. It's not just one particular region of the country. We're seeing the machines being built and sold all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to be a great season. Of course, we haven't even talked about the modified mini class as well.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
we already got the challenge being played down here. Kellogg going down.
Shane Kellogg is.
You heard it right here first. Here we haven't even started the Grand National Circuit, and the gauntlet has been thrown right here in Zellwood, Florida.
Absolutely. Shane, I know you're back there. Get it out here.
Here we go. You heard it.
You heard it here first.
Full pull picks. There you go.
There it is.
Full pull picks. Whoever Shane Kellogg's up against, the head-to-head.
Now you mentioned minis too. Big turnout of minis down here this weekend. I believe we've got 20 that are going to be on the schedule, and there's some guys making moves to be down here with us. We're as far due south as you can get from Canada. There's 6 Canadian minis down here with us.
Yeah, very impressive. Last weekend in Fort Wayne, we saw, one of the minis come down from Quebec, and they've kind of patched it back together. Beautiful, beautiful tractor. The Jonathan Van Horn tractor off the rails. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, they had an issue with a tire, but it kind of chewed up that fender a little bit. But they've got it back together here for this weekend. And like you said, some of the Ontario minis as well as the competitors from Quebec, going to be a good show.
It will be. And don't sleep on those guys out of Ontario, particularly the Lacey team.
Lacey's, right.
They have put together a string of regional titles, and now they're coming after Grand National.
Well, Charles, look what we've got making its way here to the start line. As Jaden comes around the corner here.
Something to prove. It looks like a sister truck from the outside, but it is different under there.
Yep, absolutely.
The suit on. Willing to bet you might.
Yeah, so Jaden walking over to the sideline. So it looks like Dad's going to get the maiden voyage here.
Yep, looks to be. So on to the small tire we go with high horsepower. Lots of the opportunity for a lot of tire speed on this surface. Came out pretty soft. Again, brand new truck, so no idea really what it's going to do. I don't think that was just pure throttle management. It's new. We don't know.
Absolutely. A lot of brand new parts and pieces. Of course, the whole machine brand new here for 2026. And of course, Dad going to be behind the wheel of one of the trucks. And that'll be pretty interesting to see. Of course, we've seen Jaden, kind of come up through the ranks over the years. And good to see Dad behind the wheel here for 2026. I'd have to say considered to be one of the rookies, right? They have to be in the rookie running.
In a sense, yeah, which seems silly to say, but it's true. There's truth in it, and I'm glad they're able to do this together now, something that they can share, get the whole family involved with, and come out here on the track and have a good time. Both looking for that breakout win, that signature moment. It's right around the corner for them. Yeah, that's not the new something to prove. That's the old one.
Yeah. See the double stacks out there, and that's the ride that Jaden has run for the year. So, yeah, no doubt the new one's sitting back there, and hopefully we'll see Jaden.
Like I said, I still haven't seen it, so I guess like I said, I don't know.
But right off the get-go there, we saw the double stacks out there, and, of course, that's still the multi-charger truck there. So that's the one Dad's going to be driving. Jaden's got the new ride.
Got a little bit of a hop in it. They have to dial that out if they can.
Tractor out on the track, and we'll get to Bob Litman back to the pits. So we are going to see the other something to prove. Okay. All right. So that probably is what led to the shutdown of the truck. We're hearing that they were able to see it in the truck that there was a drive belt, accessory drive belt, probably oil pump, maybe the lift pump, maybe both, that kicked out from underneath and
It went probably under the sled somewhere. We're not seeing it out here, but it's here somewhere. So the new Something to Prove will look different. It's a same paint scheme, but it is a GMC, not a Ram. All right, so the missing belt, we found it. Bob has it in his hand, so that solves that problem.
Take a picture of that. Take a picture of that with your money. Jason. Okay, we're back here with the new Something to Prove, the V8 Duramax version. They got the drop box open, studying gear ratios about what they want to maybe do to set this truck up to make its test pass. There's some heavy thinking going on back here as to whether or not they're going to make a change or just go back the way that it was. But it's going to be all new setup, being a billet Duramax with a single charger instead of being the Cummins. So they're figuring out what to do with the new GMC.
So go back, get more gears with it.
Yeah, this Kenzie.
Once you're going down the flag, if it happens to hit, like close to 7, then I would say all right.
The red light?
Yeah. I figured
Look at this guy trying to see what the secret gears are.
Put it up on Ranger.
What do you need?
The cover.
Got impact on there?
Just too much shit happening. We did. That was a good time.
We're good. I'll tell you the story one time. He said, why didn't you let up on it? I said, I don't know. Why? Pull over. And I said, well, was the red light on in the dash? He said, yeah, the whole light dash is blinking at me. I said, well, that's when you're supposed to let off a little bit. So there's no let off.
Oh, God.
God hates my glitter. I'm with you right there.
No, just remember, whatever you think, it'll go in.
Chris, did you walk away with some of the nuts?
Yeah,
I got some nuts up here. I don't know. Bunch of nuts. There's 5 of them.
Oh, at least I put it in the pocket down the ground. Do you want to go back and get that? Oh no, they got a Ranger there. Never mind. Probably going to be a couple hundred pounds light on the front end, so that's fine. Run her off that way. Yeah. Good? Like that? The purple guy. Close. Close enough. Is that what I found out? I did it. It should be right up. Air pressure, I checked the spring, got right here, it's everywhere. But we'll check it tomorrow. It's going to be, it should be right on. We checked it out on the Smith. I mean, it's within a 8 inch. The biggest thing is she's going to be a couple hundred pounds light in front, which is fine. Pretty nice. I don't bother me. Yeah. Across the pass. What's that? We could have did that earlier. What's mine look like? You know what we talked about it doing, I forgot about it. Thought we had to come over to eat, drink beer, isn't it? We were pulling them out of bed and getting ready, and they come over and told us to come over and eat, drink beer. It's their fault.
Yeah. It's their fault. We're still running. Hopefully.
Oh, they don't. No, we're doing the best of it. No, it ain't better.
Can you lean forward a little bit? Okay.
So you know which one the either is and everything?
Yep.
All right, down or start it?
No, put it down so you don't get choked out.
You could have done something.
Or this. Now, do you lock it down
Oh,
or is
come
it
down.
just... No, they just sit. Okay, I didn't know if you had to lock it. All right.
And the billet V8 Duramax has fired up on this class by rule. 460 cubic inches, the maximum. How much they've punched this one out? Is it at 460? I have to believe that it is very close to that, if not right at the limit, being that it is all billet. Now, with it being an all billet engine, how do you say, well, it's a Duramax, but doesn't necessarily look like one? Well, it will swing a factory Duramax stock crank, much like a lot of these billet engines will do. So bore spacing is the same. Deck heights are changed. Webbing is changed. I'm talking with Jeremy about the design of this particular power plant. I don't remember if the cam center line changed on it any. There's not a whole lot of space to go upward with it because you need that room in the valley for the P-pump that now resides there, or the billet pump as it were, 8-cylinder billet pump.
So, Charles, we have fired up the newest Duramax on the circuit, and boy, does it sound mean.
It does. You know, when Craig Dickey came out last year and they brought Cummins Killer 2 out of retirement with a big single charger on it, the bark you got from it was impressive, but it did not have a charger on it near as big as this one. It's got the big boy 6-inch on there. This thing is going to grunt and growl if they get it off the line and up and moving.
All right, so we get ready to go here. The GMC Duramax powered, brand new. This is it. First shot on this brand new truck. Jade Litman down there getting the truck fired up. We see Craig Dickey was down there helping her getting it fired up. And she is ready to go here tonight. All right, so we hear the Duramax down there just a lump it away, ready to go, sounding good. Jade Litman, the maiden voyage. Brand new truck for her.
A lot of sparks up the pipe. She was getting toasty.
Yeah, a little toasty down there, and no doubt they'll make a couple adjustments here.
Again, it's all new, front to back, top to bottom. And as recently as this afternoon, they were making some mods to the cockpit of the truck, just so she would be comfortable in it. There was a little bit of a concern for her about being able to reach everything, so no big deal. Part of the learning process. They'll get it right.
Yeah, you talked about that earlier, Charles. Moving that driver position. You've been on one side, into the middle and back and forth, and that's kind of mess with you. I would think, it'd be a little bit tough to get used to there, as being in one position for so many years, and then all of a sudden now here we go back to a different position. So yeah, that's another thing you got to look at.
Yeah, certainly a big adjustment. She said too, it was a concern initially with seat height, being able to see out of it. She's significantly short, a little bit shorter than her father, so the seat was a little bit low. They had to adjust that. It's got a big dash in it now that she did not have before either. A lot of information there, but I did tell her, I said, once you get that thing upstairs, you're not going to look at that anyway, right? She says, no, of course not.
All right, so got it fired back up here, and we'll give it another shot. We saw the crew down there making some more adjustments here.
grabbed a quick word with Dad here before they towed off with the new GMC, and he thinks they're going to be in pretty good shape. Just the clutch is a little tight. They're going to have to go back and adjust it and reclearance that. It's not. They wanted to grab way too soon. So that's an easy fix. I think everything else is good. Came just down here and had a little quick chat with the Litman team because the new GMC Something to Prove is back here in the lanes. It turns out that they were right. There is something wrong with the clutch. There's a bolt missing out of the linkage that Jaden uses to actuate that clutch. And with the time we've got about 45 minutes left before we have to be quiet. If they can get that sorted out, you may see that truck back out here on the track again. In the meantime, somebody's been hiding out here around the corner. Our defending super Shane Kellogg's down. Look at things. What are you seeing down here?
Just taking it all in.
Have you pulled down here in Florida? I can't recall.
I have not.
Seeing this dirt is going to be something brand new for you too.
Oh yeah, it's definitely different. It's rolling in nice though. It's actually surprised me, and then it's just crazy. I was just telling him when that pan come down on the first truck that left the hole there, the ground shook 80 feet away over there. You don't feel that at home. So
it is a different kind of experience. We're looking forward to it. You're ready for your title defense?
Oh yeah, always.
A couple guys have already been calling you out, so I think you're comfortable with having that target on your back.
That's good. Let them talk shit.
There it is. Shane Kellogg, your defending champion, ready to back it up with Trump. Dumping in the bags of ice on the intercooler tank in the front weight box of the totally out of control GMC that is up here in line. Chassis is probably got some minor differences, but in terms of power plant, it is substantially similar to what is under the hood of Something to Prove. A Bill of Duramax with the big single charger underneath the GMC body. They got the ice all down in and be ready to fire here in just a moment. Well, they had it running and then went to go move it about 10 feet and stalled it out. We said this one's substantially identical in terms of powertrain to Litman truck. They are still working on Jaden's to see if they can sort out that clutch linkage that does not set the way they want it. It's got a bolt missing. It may have fallen out at some point. That's new truck blues. Sometimes you just got to come out here and discover what's going on. So they'll get that addressed. And meanwhile, the totally out of control GMC. Another of our Duramax trucks. I think we will have potentially 4 V8 trucks in action tomorrow. All right, here we go. Totally out of control. Duramax powered GMC has green all around. Duke, we're going to shut it off here.
Just lean it out, get rolling. That's all I'm done, right? Yeah, because that's why it just goes. Is
that one going to go or not?
I don't know where they have that.
I suppose we can still hit it. No, we can't because it's stripped over. You do a little bit.
Thanks,
I'll be on tomorrow if you want to see if it'll go.
Well, it's more of that. I think we're going to.
I don't want to wreck it. I don't want to wreck it.
No, I know. I mean, that right there is like more than the whole thing going around.
Is that right?
So what he said, I was getting a 67. I was letting the clutch up and I kept the bottom.
No. Is that what I was doing?
Yeah.
You just hold that on the pipe.
Hold it right, hold the throttle.
And the RPM will drop a little bit as you're rolling out. Once you start rolling, then through the throttle. Keep the RPM at 700 with the foot. Because, I mean, it's building boost, but you got to get it hot. Boost is everything. Yeah. You got to get it hot for it.
I was going to say that Sled worked perfectly.
We got a Ranger to get him out to try. Are you in gear? There you go. Okay. We need a fill? Nah, they're bringing Ranger up right now. Okay. Did you see me throttle it? Did you see me push it? No, I didn't, but I could tell it was smoking. Right? Got to clean it out.
That's what the gauge is.
And once you're off the line, 20 feet, right off of that clock, you gotta, it's a bust. You gotta lean it out and let it go. We'll get it.
Coming after 8. Jason Splinter's fired hat on. Jason Splinter fired soccer.
Where's the Ranger? What? Where's the Ranger at? Ranger. I don't know, Ranger. This is you want to drive? God hates the predator. Like hell, you got didn't break.
Jade Litman, they all knew something to prove. They did find something to miss in the clutch linkage. Got that addressed, they think. So she's going to make another attempt at it. She's been getting coached right along through what to expect and how to drive this thing from the fellas over on the Kellogg Killer crew who have the most experience with the Duramax platform in this configuration. So they all seem to be pretty confident that things are right and ready for her to send it down track.
All right, here we go, Charles. Another shot here for Jaden. Brand new truck, the new Duramax powered GMC out of West Virginia.
Well, clutch came in even sooner that time.
So crew kind of peering in, seeing. We'll see. Going to take another shot at it.
Didn't start our curfew yet. We got 20 minutes.
Well, I think we'll take a moves down here and see if we can find anything out as we see once again the crew kind of peering in at both sides of the truck here.
Pull it down or good? Okay. Just start off idle a little bit, Jason.
Doug, any more?
We're done.
Done. We're done? Okay. All right, we're done.
Jagger was just getting ready to do it, but
What?
Jagger was just getting his.
Well, that answers that question before we even got down there. So Jaden firing it back up here. We'll give her another shot. Trying to get that truck lit off the start line. Once again, brand new GMC from the ground up. One single big charger.
Just one big problem, though. Mark took the sled away.
What are we going to hook to?
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here.
It'll start rutting here and here. Yeah. And once you get like here, it's smoothing out. And once it starts smoothing out, you can chase it pretty fast. Just watch that boost gauge, make sure it's coming with you. Okay. You know, otherwise it'll snuff out. But no, you did a fantastic job with the single. But once you get it off the line, just ride that clutch for a little bit.
That's what I usually do.
Right.
And then when I get to those spots, you get off of it.
Get off of it. Yeah, but make sure before then you're chasing throttle like down there. 75 feet be all in with these low temp tires.
Well, Charles, looks like that is going to do it for preview night here at Zellwood as we'll get ready for tomorrow's Grand National action to get underway. Once again, 6:30 both nights, Friday and Saturday. We got 4 Grand National classes ready to go and going to be a great show.
Yeah, just a little bit of a preview on what you can expect. Now, tomorrow it's going to be rapid fire like you've come to expect from a Grand National event. And some people tonight with brand new stuff found out what they needed to know to be set up and ready tomorrow. So if they're not doing this out here tomorrow, and it's going to be a great program. If you're within a couple hours drive of Zellwood, Florida, you're in town, you're vacationing down here with us for any reason with the family, spring break or what have you, feel free to come and join us here because it's going to be plenty of great action tomorrow night at 6:30.
And if not, join us on Full Pull Live. Of course, going to have we got a brand new deal we are offering here on Full Pull Live, and that will be up until May as we now offer a yearly subscription here on Full Pull Live. It'll be $24.99 a month.
Substantial discount off of standard retail and lots of programming added to the platform this year. Over 220 plus programs coming your way. Grand National program alone is bigger this year with back-to-back down here in Florida with the Southern Swing.
And all the great events that have been added. You know, we've got Evansville coming up. We've got Mackville, Wisconsin. A lot of great events coming up. New events on the Grand National Circuit.
New events in the return of some really old friends, too. Macon, Missouri is back on the tour as well.
The Show Me Showdown is back in business. So, yeah, like you say, just the Grand National events alone, but also have all the outlaw events and the regional events. Yeah, it's going to be a great season of pulling.
Yeah, anybody that you know, friends and neighbors in your local locale that maybe doesn't run at the Grand National level, you're still going to be able to see them on TV, follow along all summer long with what they're doing wherever they may run.
Well, Charles, that'll do it here tonight from Zellwood, Florida. We'll be back 6 o'clock for our countdown show. You don't want to miss that. That'll be at 6 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. And once again, we'll get those tires rolling about 6:30.
Looking forward to it. Looking to hear from some big names in the sport of pulling, some people that you want to know, certainly, and hear from at the administrative level with the NTPA and introduce those people to you and then get a word in from them as well. And then our wonderful Grand National competitors are ready to strut their stuff, including the newest part of our team on the Grand National Tour, the 4.1s.
Well, sounds great. We'll see you all tomorrow night. Once again, 6 o'clock, countdown to pull time show. We'll see you then.
See you along.